So hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Mod and Fangame Showcase, and today I will be looking at something pretty interesting, as it's not a fan game based on an existing video game, but it's actually a fan game based on a show, and this is Breaking Bad DS. So basically it's kind of based off of a meme that was popular, like, about a year ago. Um, so yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool concept, and it's pretty cool that someone made it into an actual game here. This is actually playable on a real DS if you have an R4 card. So this is really cool. So basically you have like the main game here, the tutorial and extras. Let's look at the extras here. So there's like a music player, and then Hank's Minerals, which are basically like the achievements in this game. Like you can there's like one for completing the tutorial, one for cooking a batch to 100% purity, one for playing as Jesse, things like that. And it also has multiplayer as well. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. So let's look at the tutorial here. I think it's a pretty cool concept that they made a Breaking Bad DS game, since basically during Breaking Bad's run, the DS was like the main console, at least from 2008 to 2011. And this is also based on season 3 as well. So that puts it around like 2010 to 2011 for this game to kind of pull source material from. So yeah, so basically Gale is running the tutorial here. I really like the sprites and the models here. I think it kind of has that classic DS licensed game style to it, which is exactly what I wanted to see from like a concept like this. This isn't just a concept, it's like an actual game here. So yeah, so let's go over here. So basically, in this game, you have a few different mini games you have to complete within like a time frame, and then those mini games are also um they also have like a time limit as well to get like a different score in them, which will affect the purity of the batch. So yeah, so we have to turn the valve here on the first one. It kind of reminds me like a mixture of like WarioWare and those DS cooking games. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that it would take some inspiration from the DS cooking games and things like that. But I also like that element of kind of completing these mini games within a certain amount of time to get like a certain score for it. Okay, so here is the mortar and pestle. But yeah, all of these mini games make use of the touchscreen. Yeah, so there you have to grind up the different particles. Okay, and then here's like the area where you basically have to attach a pipe onto one of the machines here. So this one's easier to do with an actual touchscreen, but it still works on the emulator that I'm using here. Probably because I've tried it a few times. Okay, then now we have to drop the solution into these test tubes. Okay, then now we have to pour the solution into the trays here. But yeah, this is really cool. I feel like this is kind of handled perfectly for how like a Breaking Bad DS game could work. I know they could go all out and make like a GTA style thing for like a Breaking Bad game, but this is cool as like a concept for a DS game specifically. Okay, then here is like the most iconic part where you crack it into crystals. And again, this one's easier to do on an actual touchscreen. So I recommend playing this on DS, but it's definitely playable on an emulator. And I like that voice clip from Gus Fring there. Okay, so let's go into the actual story mode. But yeah, this was created by William278. I'll link his video in the description. He basically made a video about how he made this game, and it's really cool, and I definitely recommend checking it out. It's pretty underrated. So let's check out the story mode here, and before we do that, there's actually like a multiplayer mode here, which you could use download play to do, and this works on actual DSs, which is really cool. So like one person plays as Walter and then one person plays as Jesse. I think that's pretty cool. So let's start the story mode here. So we have 265 seconds, a quota of 8. Okay, and then we have Gus Fring here. Okay, so we get $30 per product here. But I'll show you what that money actually does later, because it's pretty interesting. But yeah, the key here is completing these mini games as quickly as possible. Because yeah, there's a time limit, and then there's also the purity as well, which affects like I think that affects how much of the product is made. So okay, we did good on that one. That one was a bit tricky at first, but I found that like hitting the or like stopping the flow like right after you start it um is kind of the way to do that mini game there. Okay, so we got 4 out of the 8 for the quota there. Yeah, if you do all of the mini games perfectly, you'll get 4. Okay. Then I also like the map there that shows Walter White going around the lab. And I also really appreciate the models here. They look really cool, like for the replica of the like Gus's underground lab there. I think it looks really cool. Okay, that didn't yeah, that didn't register. Yeah, because I think if you step away a little too early, it won't count. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking this game out, especially if you like Breaking Bad. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I watched it earlier this year, and it's just absolutely amazing, along with Better Call Saul. I think the same person who made this also made a Better Call Saul DS game, but it's like much shorter than this. Though it would be really cool to see like a full Better Call Saul game. So yeah, here's the victory screen here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And speaking of Saul, he actually has a shop here, and it even has like the Better Call Saul theme in the background. So yeah, there's different like upgrades that you can get. Okay, so we can get the golden pestles. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're on day 2. But yeah, these upgrades kind of help you complete the minigames faster. But yeah, we have a little cutscene with Gale here. Okay, let's get started. I want to try out the multiplayer sometime. Um, I haven't ever tried like doing the multiplayer through Melon DS before, but um, I might actually get this onto like a flash card or R4 card. Okay, that didn't register again. For some reason, this one seems to be a bit weird sometimes. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I'll put the download link to this in the description. It's really cool, and like I said, I also recommend checking out the video about how this was made and everything, because it's really cool. And it's one of the most interesting DS fan games I've seen, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.